Welcome to Chair Shots to the Cranium Interviews. I'm Stephen Goforth. I am absolutely thrilled to interview a man who is considered one of the most influential superstars in professional wrestling history. He's a former Mr. USA bodybuilder, an accomplishment he's won multiple times, a multiple tag team champion and singles champion, and a WWE Hall of Famer. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome as my guest today the one and the only Mr. USA, Tony Atlas. How you doing, Tony?
Fine, sir. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, sir. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to sit down with me.
Always my absolute pleasure. I always like to sit down and, when you get up there in age, you want to tell young people what life was like, what wrestling was like, what it was like to drive cars, how we work out in the gym. So, because a lot of these things they would never experience, like when you read a history book and I read about George Washington or read about our history, I know that I'm never going to be able to do that. So, but it's interesting to know how they did it.
Well, tell the fans what's occupying your time these days.
Well, what I'm doing mostly, I'm a certified personal trainer. So I take it going to the gym. I work at the YMCA and I got a youth program. I work with mentally challenged adults, and I do a lot of benefits for our first responders, police officers and firefighters, here in Maine, and and I just like to give back to the community. We live in a great country, and no matter what people may say, you ask any wrestler that have been around as long as I have, when we used to go overseas, as soon as we got back to America, we always used to kiss the ground because, we got it wonderful here.
No doubt about it, we do.
Man of opportunity, man of milk and honey.
Absolutely, it is. Well, Tony, you're getting
and
back.
You won't know that until you go somewhere else.
Oh, no, you're exactly right about that.
You go somewhere else, you find out things ain't that damn bad.
You're exactly right.
It seems a place that makes you wish in one day you're ready to leave the next day.
Well, Tony, you're getting back into the ring at Universal Championship Wrestling's hometown throwdown show in Barnesville, Georgia on August the 11th. You'll be reuniting with your former tag team partner, Tommy Rich, and reforming the tag team TNT. How excited are you to be back in the ring with Tommy for this show?
Man, it's absolutely wonderful. I can't wait to get with Tommy Rich. Tommy Rich was also an NWA World Champion. So me and Tommy, we won Georgia multiple. We started our multiple title. We started our career out together. We traveled together. We fought together, and we was more than just tag team partners. We was like brothers. We watch each other back. We look after each other, and he's a wonderful individual. He's probably one of the best people I know.
Yeah, you guys were four-time NWA Georgia Tag Team Champions, isn't that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, tell us about your time with Tommy inside and out of the ring. I'm sure you guys had a lot of fun times together.
Well, we had both. We both was on different schedules because Tommy was the speed of the team and I was the power of the team. So Tommy kept himself in shape back in the older days by running and doing a lot of other stuff. And what Tommy liked to do, we used to call him Wildfire. I would get my exercise in the gym. Tommy got his in the ring. When he got in the ring, he looked at it as being a workout. So if you couldn't move, that Tommy Rich would run you into the ground. If you watch old tapes of old Wildfire, because that was his workout. He said, I get paid to be a wrestler. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm not a weightlifter. I'm a wrestler. So when he went in the ring, to him, that was a workout. Some guys would go jogging to keep in shape. Some guys would lifting weights to keep in shape. Tommy's idea was to do it in the ring.
Well, speaking of
So he was
keeping,
able to go to work and exercise. It was all in the ring. And that's where he got that name Wildfire. You know, you couldn't hold him down. You know, he just was all over the place. You know, just like a little Spitfire, you know. And there was other guys like that too, like Ric Flair. You know, most of his exercise in the older days was, you know, in the ring.
right?
You know, and what we say, no, they used to always try to blow guys up because Tommy knew once you got tired, you ran out of wind. That match was his, you know, so he could do all the spots he wanted to because you tired.
No doubt about it. Now,
Now, what I used to pick people up and throw them, so they wasn't too quick to grab a hold of me because they knew as soon as you got to Tony Atlas, he's gonna throw you halfway across the ring.
well, speaking of fantastic shape, how often you're obviously still in great shape. How often do you work out to maintain your great condition?
I work out 4 days a week. I
Wow.
used to do 6, but I do 4 now because I leave my weekends available, you know, because I go somewhere just about every weekend. So my workout schedule runs from Monday to Thursday, and I always leave my Fridays and Saturdays and Sunday open just in case I get an event, you know.
Right. Wow,
So I
that's
schedule my
fantastic.
workout that way because if I work out on Friday, then some Fridays I can work out, some Fridays I didn't want to. I just want to have a stable thing, and what I do, I do like a total upper body on Monday, and then on Tuesday I call my cardio day, and then Wednesday I would do my total lower body exercise, and then I would come back the next day, and I would just do everything on the last day, upper
Wow.
body and cardio.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and then sometimes I switch it around. Sometimes you know I would just do I reverse everything, and that way the body don't get you know used to one thing because after 6 to 8 weeks your body become accustomed to whatever you do.
Sure.
That's why a waitress that walks 8 hours a day, 8 hours a day, don't lose weight. And another woman would go to the gym and work out 1 hour a day and lose weight because the gym allow people to be adjustable.
You know, I never thought about it like that, but it makes a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
sense.
we like chameleons. The body, if the human body kind of adjusts to its environment. You
Sure.
change the individual environment, the individual will change also. The reason humans don't have hair on their body, you take guys that wear shorts all the time. If you ever know they got hairy legs, because the reason we don't have hair on the body like an animal, because the friction of clothes rubbing against the skin rub all the hair off of us.
Huh. Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
I've been a personal trainer for my goodness, about 31, 32 years now. I started my math ain't on it good, but I started in 1990 working as a trainer, and had kid program, and I work a lot with the police department. You know, I got a lot of respect for them guys. You know, they're out there every day, and for very little bit of pay. And I just did a program in Flint, Michigan, for the police department for policemen that suffer. I forgot the name of the same stress. The stress thing that soldiers get when they come back from war.
Right.
The dramatic stress, whatever you call
Right.
it there.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and so, you know, I didn't realize until that moment that them guys go through the same thing as a soldier. Then we stop and think about it, you know, anything you're getting shot at, you know, what's the difference between a policeman and a military soldier? They both get shot at.
Well, let's talk about
So
that.
they go through the same thing. So, you know,
No,
they both see
absolutely.
tragedy, you know, they see bodies and, you know, just deal with a bunch of crazy stuff. You overseas, you're dealing with a bunch of crazy stuff. And then policemen here in the country, they're dealing with a bunch of crazy stuff that you and I are so lucky that we don't have to deal with.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's a great
I
point.
was lucky that I could bench press 650 pounds when I was young, and I didn't have to deal with that. I was lucky that I had, you know, a body that I could make a living off of. And Tommy was lucky that he had talent and ability and good looks to, you know, to take his life in a different way. So everybody that ever walk into that ring, do a job that don't involve you getting hurt or getting losing your life, I would say I'm pretty lucky.
Yeah, I tell you, we're all
Not
lucky.
saying you're unlucky being a policeman. I mean, you're lucky to do that too, but it takes a special person to serve and protect.
Well, now, of course, you're new to UCW. How does it feel being involved with Universal Championship Wrestling for this show on August 11th? And you're also helping out the Barnesville
I'm
Police
sorry, go
Department.
ahead.
As I say, you're also helping out the Barnesville Police Department. Going back to what you're saying with helping out police departments, the Barnesville Police Department's involved with this show to help raise money for the youth in their town. How does it feel to be involved with this show and be involved with UCW and knowing that, you know what, I'm in the ring entertaining, but I'm also doing it for a great cause?
Well, I feel like I'm giving back because here's something else that is so wonderful about coming during this event. I started my career at the Police Athletic League. When I was young, back in the 60s and 70s, they only had they didn't have all this stuff they got today. So in the 70s and the 60s, the late 60s and 70s, what they had, what they called the Salvation Army, where guys would go and play basketball and
Right.
pool tables and stuff like that.
Right.
They had a YMCA, so you had to pay to go to that. Then they had the Police Athletic League, which was free. They had a little boxing ring there. And in fact, I had a few matches, in boxing, and all the policemen that worked there, none of them got paid. It was all volunteer. They volunteered to do that. And I remember this old retired police officer. He was, senior citizen, elderly man, and he's the one that took me underneath his ring. And he taught me how to box and all this and that stuff. And they had had some weights there. He said, don't lift them weights, son. He said, they're going to make you all muscle bound. You won't be able to. But I like them weights. So after a while, he found out that I was more interested in the weights than I was in the ring. So he said, well, Tony, you can work out with the weights. I let you work. He said, you do your calisthenics and, you do what I tell you to do. And then you can hang around and lift the weights. So I used to go in the ring, hit the big bags, hit the speed bag, spiral around in the ring a little bit. Then I take my gloves off, I go over there and lift weights. And that's how I got started at the Police Athletic League. Yeah.
Wow, that's an amazing
if
story.
that was not around, there'd been no Tony Atlas. Because in my neighborhood, I don't know if you ever read my book, Too Much Too Soon, was written by Scott Teal. But I talk about my childhood and growing up where I grew up at in Lowell, Clifton Forge, and Company, Virginia. We were what you call hillbillies. We didn't have much. and how people made it, we did a lot of horse trading.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you paint my barn, I help you paint your fence.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and like I used to go work in the fields when I was a kid, shucking corn, or putting down salad, or cultivating fields. Everybody didn't have a tractor, so you had to learn how to walk the hand and that mule. I can hear myself now. G mule, get out of that road, mule. We had old mule named Tom. And I'll tell you a quick story. One time, this guy that I was working with, he said, "Now, boy, let me tell you, don't let him see the plow. We want to get a lick of work out of him all day long." I said, "Come on, that's
Yeah.
just a mule. I didn't pay the old man no attention."
Right.
So I went and they have to call blinders. You have to put the blinders on him first, and then you hook the plow up to him. I did it the opposite way because I was what my mother said, hard-headed. She said, hard head make a softer hand. So I was a hard-headed little kid. So I went and put that plow on him. And as I was bringing him out the barn, he started limping.
Mm.
So the guy said, Tony, you got to do what I tell you. So we had to unhook him. He had this other mule called Susie Q. She works no matter what. It was a female mule. It was red mule. Called him Old Tom, was very smart. So I didn't put that singer tree on him. I hook him up. I didn't put the blinders on him.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, Tony, at lunchtime we would eat our sandwich and everything. He said, let me show you something. So he put me on the back of his tractor. We went in, and Tom was out in the field just walking around. Nothing wrong with him.
Mm-hmm.
So this old mule looked up and saw me and the guy I was working for. He started limping.
Nice.
I said, well, I be damn. Ain't nothing wrong with him. He said, sir, let me tell you something. People think mules are dumb. They're not dumb. They very smart. He said, a horse is dumb. He said, you can hook a mule up to a stump, and he would pull a little bit. If he don't hear some crackling, and he feel that thing is not going to go, he stop. He said, you hook a horse up to it, he would pull and pull and pull until he kill himself.
Wow. So that mule knew
to stop.
That mule knew what he was doing then.
That mule thought, he said, hey, I can't move that stump. So we would dig around the stump a little bit.
Yeah.
And we say, get up here, Tom. And he pulled a little bit more. And all of a sudden, he would stop. And we dig around that stump a little bit more. Tom started digging in. We said, get up here. Next thing you know, that little pop. Oh boy! And then then we started pushing Tom because Tom know and we know it's gonna go.
Wow! So I just basically got educated on how good mules were, or how smart mules were. I had no clue.
Yeah, yep. And another time, I went in to get the mule, and I tried to get the guy usually he told me stuff, and like I said, I was hard headed. I got between Tom and that wall, and you know what that rascal did?
What's that?
He leaned up against me.
Oh, man.
And held me there so he don't have to go to that field. He was always thinking of a way of getting out of work. Because he knew what I was there for. He knew.
Well, listen, let's talk about a little bit about...
yeah, we don't got it.
I didn't realize we were going to get talking about mules. No, that's interesting. I had no clue. That's interesting. That's a great story. All right, so, of course, you've held countless championships through your career. How does that WWF Tag Team Championship you won with Rocky Johnson rank among those championships?
Nothing top Tommy Rich and Tony Atlas.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That was a great time.
Nothing stopped Tommy Rich and Tony Atlas. That was the beginning of my career. He was the best tag team partner I ever had. I teamed up with Sullivan. I teamed up with Rocky Johnson. I teamed up with Thunderbolt Patterson. I held title with a lot of people. Even in Puerto Rico, I held title with people. But none of it top. Even WWF at that time, tag team championship. When you look at the record, we didn't hold it that long. You know, it was great that we were the first African American to win it. Mm-hmm. But me and Tommy Rich, to me, that was the best best tag team, best feeling. It was the best. Well, everything else takes second place to it. I feel great, being the first African American tag team champion with Rocky Johnson. But
right.
Rocky Johnson is not American.
Well, I tell you, that's what makes this show on August 11th even better, knowing that you two guys are teaming up again.
That's right.
And to see,
I won the WWE title with an American, with a Canadian.
Right.
He's from Nova Scotia area, up through there, somewhere like that, And both me and Tommy, we true-blooded American, red, white, and blue. Black and white, we fight all night.
Now, of course, you've wrestled the best in the world. In your opinion, which wrestler or wrestlers, it could be multiple, were the best you've been in the ring with? We know that Tommy Rich is up there amongst those for sure. Who else would you say you've been in the ring with that you think is one of the best?
Well, that none of these guys is above no one else to me, because they all had different styles.
Yeah.
I would say first, right off the tongue, Harley Race.
Okay.
Next, the Funks. Doran Funk never got the recognition that he should have. I think he was one of the most underrated wrestlers in the world. Gene and Ole Anderson were freaking amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Ric Flair, I mean, I have never seen any wrestler other than Hulk Hogan that had what Ric Flair had. Ric Flair could put asses in the seat.
No question about it.
He was phenomenal. Hulk Hogan was phenomenal, but Ric Flair was, I would say, was even more phenomenal because he didn't have the same tools to work with.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have the technology and the same tools that Flair was hot all over the world before there was cable. He was well known. He was, really, really. You can't say enough about that guy.
Right.
And then, of course, King Kong, God bless him, King Kong Bruiser Brody, Abdullah the Butcher. Back in the day, if you couldn't put asses in the seat, you couldn't make it. And these guys were just, amazing. I mean, I thought I went into the world because when you got through watching Harley Race wrestling, you you had just saw a championship match. I mean, you talk about guys that they shorted match was 30 minutes.
Well, let's go back to Hulk Hogan there for a second.
Yeah, and so there's multiple people that. So when you ask me that list, we'd be here all night for me to fulfill that list. But I say the top three would be Harley Race, Ric Flair, and who did I work with? I think was absolutely phenomenal. But them are the top two.
Well, let's talk about, you mentioned Hulk Hogan's name. That brings a great memory to mind there. Of course, you were famous for pressing him over your head and might be the only person to ever do so. So how did Hogan feel about that spot? I got to know that. Was it something that you guys planned going into that match, or is that something you guys decided while you were in the ring together?
In the older days, how things work in the older days, the only thing that was planned was the finish.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to win and what he going to beat you with. Like, they would come over and they say, well, Rufus R. Jones is going over tonight. He's going to use the headbutt. Everything was ad-lib. There was no planning.
So you guys are in the ring. Hogan looks at you or says something.
You didn't see your opponent until you got in the ring.
Right, exactly. So you're in the ring together, and you guys decide, hey, I'm going to press this guy.
Because you had separate dressing rooms.
Right, exactly. So
so you didn't see your opponent until you got in that ring. You didn't know what kind of move he was in. You didn't know he was going to work with you. You didn't know nothing until you locked up with him.
Right.
And you couldn't travel together. You couldn't even stay in the same hotel or eat in the same. It was what they call kayfabe. You
Exactly.
got to kayfabe the hell out of it.
Exactly.
So the referee would come to the dressing room. He would tell us who's going to win and who's going to lose, and that was all the information you got.
So you're in
that was up to you. But with me, when you get ready to do something to somebody, you just tell them what you're going to do.
Yeah. So how do you feel about it afterwards? How do you feel about that afterwards? How did?
If you watch that tape,
yeah,
he didn't want to go up.
Yeah. Yes, that's.
He would reach up, but I was so slippery. I had that baby oil on me. If you notice, if you look at his hand, first he tried to grab my trunks. That was the first slam Hogan ever took. If you stop and think about it.
Exactly. That's why I'm asking that question. It's interesting because.
He's never been off his feet. Big guys back in the old days didn't go off their feet.
That's right.
They didn't take these bumps.
Smaller
guys took all the bumps. Big guys didn't take bumps,
Well, it was impressive, I tell you. That's why I had to. When I heard you say Hulk Hogan, I had to ask that question.
In fact, nobody let me do it except for Ole and G. They were the only one that let me do it.
Yeah.
Everybody I went to press time, they tried to stop me. You got to realize at that time that was one of the biggest bumps in the business.
Yeah, I bet. Absolutely.
I'm 6'2". So when I hold my hand up over my head, this person is 7 feet in the air. That's what people don't realize. I'm 6'2".
Right.
So you got to add at least another 10 inches to that when I hold my arms up.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your time in the Legends House. That aired on the WWE Network, of course. Extremely entertaining. I love that show. And how did you find out you were going to be on that show?
Well, they got this different people that works in the office, and their job is to go make phone calls. So I got a phone call from one of the representatives, and they explained everything to me, and I agreed to it. And they mailed me the contract. I signed it, and it was just that easy. So it wasn't, right now, Vince had different people to call you to tell you stuff,
Right. Well, now,
like when they want to book you or something, and then you send them your information, and they would mail you your tickets, and when you first talk to them, they just tell you, what you're gonna get paid, and a little bit about it, but not a whole lot of detail about it. Everything was a day to day with us. We didn't know what we was going to do the next day.
So now during that show, there appeared to be some serious heat between you and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Was that heat legitimate, or was that just something sort of exaggerated to spice up the show?
No, everything on that show was legitimate.
Nice. Yeah, that was
everything, because it was in the contract that anybody that worked would automatically be taken from the show. They wanted us to just be ourselves. That's what they wanted. They said, do the same you do at home. Be yourself. They wanted people to see the real person, not the character, but the real person.
And that's what made it more entertaining, in my opinion. That made me glued to every episode, because I got that feeling that you guys were just being yourselves, and it was a different side of you guys that nobody's ever seen.
We don't get paid just to be. We don't have to act. That's why we liked it.
Right. Now, did you guys?
I was so relaxed, because all we got to do is just relax and be yourself. I mean, how easy could that be?
Did you guys work that heat out? Did you eventually work it out between the two of you?
What do you mean, the heat?
Yeah, between you and Jim Duggan.
Well, I don't know, because in order to ask that question, you would have to have both of us together.
Yeah.
See, King Kong Bruiser Brody figured the heat between him and Jose Gonzalez was all over with in 1980, 1978, 79. In 1988, Jose was putting a knife in Brody's belly.
Right.
So it was over with Brody, but it wasn't over with Jose. You see what I'm saying?
Right, exactly. Yeah,
that's
good
a
point.
question that happens because two people was involved. So in order to find out what the outcome of the heat is, you still have to have both people there in order to get the opinion of both people. I can say everything is cool. You call Hacksaw, and Hacksaw say, "I like to break this freaking arm."
Yeah, good point.
So I don't know. I can't speak for him, so that I couldn't answer that question.
Now, Tony, I like to play the name association game with a lot of my interviews. So I'm going to say a name, and you give me a brief answer. You can say multiple words to this name or several words, whatever comes to mind. Okay, are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, Georgia Championship Wrestling.
The first cable wrestling show.
All right, Mark Henry.
One of the nicest, most underrated, powerful assets this business ever had. Great person.
Roddy Piper.
One of the greatest. When I think of Roddy Piper, he was the foundation of wrestling talk show. Piper Pit was the beginning of everything that they do now. In the ring.
Right.
That was the first where they had interviews in the ring. We didn't do it like that. It was he changed interviews forever.
I agree. He laid the foundation there, didn't he?
Exactly. That was the first. Piper Pitt got all this stuff. They got Miz doing it, all that about it, but it started with Piper. And Piper, if they pick anybody other than Ronnie Piper, their partner wouldn't have worked as great as it did. I mean, it was a great program. People look more forward to Piper Pitt than they did the matches.
I agree with you on that.
It was one of the biggest highlights of the show, Piper Pitt. It was great.
All right, Dick Murdoch.
Dick Murdoch was probably one of the best workers that this business ever seen.
And
fantastic worker. And had the best punch that I've seen in my life.
All right, lastly would be Kevin Sullivan.
Kevin Sullivan is a very good friend. Always had been a good friend. I met Kevin back in 1974. Just a great individual. And believe it or not, Kevin Sullivan was a great bodybuilder. He won Mr. Tennessee bodybuilding. He was Tennessee bodybuilding champion.
Yeah, I've heard he was pretty big into that back in the day.
Yeah, he got me and him. We was competing at the same time with me, Jimmy Slooker, Frank Marty. It's a guy that nobody talking about. His name was Frank Marty. He used to go to contests and win some. The reason I got so much publicity for my bodybuilding accomplishment is because that was my gimmick. So the promoter promoted what I did when Kevin became Mr. Tennessee, they didn't really promote that a lot. You know.
Yeah.
And then you take Virgil, that they used to be with Ted Arcidi. Ted DiBiase.
Right.
Virgil was Mr. Pennsylvania State bodybuilding champion.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So we had a lot of guys that won bodybuilding titles that got into the business later. You know. Superstar Billy Graham competed in the Mr. America contest. He didn't win, but he won Best Arms. But I won the big title. I won that USA title. And once I did that, it'll be United States bodybuilding champion. So I won one of the big ones. Jimmy Slicker was Mr. Hawaiian, Mr. Fiji before he came in. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat won the Mr. North Carolina championship. He was North Carolina state champion in bodybuilding. Ricky Steamboat.
Wow.
Yeah, he won some titles too. I got an old book with Ricky Steamboat, Jimmy Slicker, and me standing on stage together in a bodybuilding contest.
Oh, interesting.
And it's on the internet. If you look for it, you see it on the internet.
Yeah, I have to go look that up.
Yeah. And I'm also in the Bodybuilding Hall of Fame. I'm not just in the WWE Hall of Fame. I'm a two-time Hall of Famer. I'm in the Bodybuilding Hall of Fame, and I'm also in the powerlifting APF Bodybuilding Hall of Fame. The Powerlifting Hall of Fame.
Well, listen, you've had a ton of accomplishments and just an extremely successful career, and I cannot thank you enough for doing this interview with me, and congratulations on being part of UCW. That's extremely exciting. Can't wait to see you at that show, and I want to wish you the best of luck at that show again on August the 11th.
Well, thank you very much. I'm looking forward to seeing. They got a lot of great people there. Other than me, you know, Carlito Colon gonna be there. Tommy Rich gonna be there. We even gonna have a vampire. So watch your neck, people.
Absolutely.
The vampire may even bite you. So you know we got a full line of a lot of great people there. So I'm kind of looking forward not only just to see Tommy Rich, but you know I'm also looking forward to see some some of the other great people like Carlito Colon, and they're gonna have a great tag team match there also that I'm looking forward to see again. So it's gonna be a great show. A lot of excitement. A lot of people would go to events, and one thing I liked about the independent is the way we used to do it in the olden days. And once again, I want to thank the police department and the law firm there. I probably missed that word called a Sell Law Firm.
Yeah, Sellers Law Firm and the Barnesville Police Department.
They are involved, so I want to thank them people because it's a great cause, and what better thing can you do is go out there and do what you really love, which is wrestling, and then help great people that give back to the community. So it's been a great community thing. I'm looking forward to.
Absolutely.
Shake a hand with all them officers and everything, and thank them for my safety. I go to bed at night there. I go to sleep. I'm not worried about nothing because I know them guys are patrolling the street to make sure that old Tony is safe.
Well, as a reminder to the fans, you can see Universal Championship Wrestling again. That's on Saturday, August the 11th in Barnesville, Georgia for Hometown Throwdown. Now, to find out who else is going to be on this amazing card and how to get your tickets, visit the UCW website at ucwtv.com. Again, that's ucwtv.com to find out more about this show. Get your tickets today. Again, Tony, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's been an honor.
Thank you, sir. I'm looking forward to seeing you when I come down.
Take care.